My audio is on. It is on.
Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Good to know. Let's see. 1 second. Let me just move places. Okay. Okay. So now you guys can see my screen. I'm just going to read through some of the questions here. I saw in your post that apple cider vinegar is very good for erection and fatigue post-carbs. The problem is every time I take apple cider vinegar, I get itching all over my body. I think it may be a histamine reaction. You know how I can solve this? I think it also might be a histamine reaction. I don't know how to solve it. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't use apple cider vinegar if you're getting that reaction. I wouldn't try to hack that. I don't see you often recommending low-dose naltrexone for people with CFS. Can I know why? Well, we do have a post on low-dose naltrexone. In terms of why I don't recommend it, it's not that I don't recommend it. I think when it comes to CFS, people have to try a lot of things and see what works best for them. So I think that it's something that should be, someone might want to try if they do have CFS. I don't think it's, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of things to try, I haven't noticed, like if I said with my clients, I'd say like most people don't do well on low dose. Like it's not that they do poorly, they just don't get any better on low dose naltrexone. There is some people do report some side effects as well. Now, that's the case for most things. So it's just, I don't think it's worse or better. But yeah, I guess I don't often recommend it because it's harder to get. Whereas you might want to try some things that are easier first. Okay. Okay. I had a stool test ran that came back positive for Citrobacter farnedii complex. Would oregano oil be a suitable treatment for this? And what is the best way to inhibit biofilms for someone who is Th1 dominant? Well, I'm not sure of this complex. Let me see. I'm honestly not that familiar with this complex. So, okay, so just seeing here. It's a common component of the gut microbiome of healthy humans. Now, you said you came back positive, but I'm reading on Wikipedia that's common component of healthy humans. While most strains are beneficial, there are significant phenotypic variations among strains, even those that share 99% of the genome. Some rare strains have been associated with opportunistic nosocomial infections of the respiratory tract. Okay. It's found in the soil microbiome and important for nitrogen cycling. Reduces nitrate to nitrite in the environment. Interesting. Breaks down tannic acid. It's the ability to grow glycerol and use it as a source of carbon and energy. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I don't know what the the complex is. Hmm. Okay. So I don't know what's going to be good for it. And as far as how to, uh, okay, it shows on the doctor's data comprehensive stool test as dysbiotic flora. Wikipedia has it as normal flora in healthy humans. So I'm not sure where they're getting that data from. Okay. So with oregano, okay, so as far as inhibiting biofilms, we do have a post on that. And so in terms of Th1 dominance, okay, I could give you a couple ways, but essentially, I mean, yeah, I think NAC is a good one for biofilms. I think what else is good for biofilms, and it's fine for Th1 dominance. I think you know, EDTA could be used for biofilms, but let me see. We got apple cider vinegar. That's good for Th1. Caprylic acid, that's good. Xylitol, yeah, that's good. I wouldn't take these. Honey and olive oil, oleic acid. Lactoferrin is good. Zinc, monolaurin. These are all fine for Th1 dominance. Curcumin, andrographis, cinnamon, black cumin oil, berberine. These are actually all boswellia. So a lot of herbs will inhibit biofilms, and there's quite a lot of supplements that do that. A microbiome test showed that I had serious gut inflammation. Okay. Secretory Ig immunoglobulin. Okay. The attached report advised me strongly not to use resistant starch in the presence of inflammation. I thought resistant starch would benefit gut issues, so I'm confused because of this advice. I'm also confused. I don't know who gave that advice. I would like to see a study about that because I'm not sure why they would say that. Yeah, I don't know why they would say that. Okay, what are your golden tips for people with CFS? Do you think stress can have a big impact to CFS? I think stress is going to have the biggest impact on CFS. One second. I actually want to just remember something. But anyway, stress is going to have a very big impact on CFS. I found that about most of the clients I saw with CFS got CFS after a very stressful event. And if you look at the research, there is a close correlation with CFS and stress. I think if the number one tip would be to regulate your stress response better. I think yeah, I think that would be the number one tip. Number two tip is to get out of a toxic environment if you're in one. Like, try to take care of your environment, like not being in a moldy house or anything like that, because often environmental toxins can trigger it as well, or infections. But for most people, I think stress is probably the biggest factor. Do you use ISIS at all? Do you recommend it anymore? It used to be included in the top 10 things for Th1 dominance, but I see that it's since been removed. Why is that? I still use it sometimes. Do I still recommend it? Yeah, I think it's good for certain things. It's just that, like a lot of things, I find that it has a benefit, but it's very beneficial for a few areas, and then for other things, it's a big hit or miss. So, for example, I found it was good for, if I put it on my gut, to relieve food sensitivities, and I found that it was good for like healing bone injuries and things like that. Now, it's useful for some other things as well, but the question is, if for a lot of uses, it's not going to be that useful. I think it could be, but it's a hit or miss, kind of like a lot of other things. So I kind of eased off on it because I didn't see the like the magnitude of the benefit it's good. It's just I'd say it was average for a lot of other things, whereas for certain things it's very good, and for other things it's kind of average. But there's a lot of different kinds of food sensitivities, and I'm not sure if it helps other kinds of food sensitivities, but it did help mine. Yeah, so I still think it's a good device. I just don't think it's there's a lot of conditions where I'm not sure it'll help. It could not. It's just hard to know. So it's kind of one of those things that, sure, try it out, see if you get a benefit out of it, and if you do, then great. If not, then try to return it or something. But yeah, it's not that I don't recommend it. It's just that if I don't see something has a lot of positive support behind it, I'll back off of it a little, especially because it's an expensive device. But everything that is on that's on the site pretty much can help some people or another, and it's just trying to figure out which would be best for you, and which you can afford first. How does pregnenolone interact with antidepressants? Are there differences among various classes of those medications? I'm assuming, are there differences in classes of antidepressants? There definitely is, and some of them are significant. Pregnenolone doesn't really interact in a negative way with antidepressants, as far as I would guess. I wouldn't see any negative reaction or interaction. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about taking them together, but anything's possible with biology. I have COMT 4680. All right. One of the fixes magnesium citrate. Has it specifically to be citrate version or any version? Any version of magnesium is fine. Any other fix mentioned is Methylguard plus. Is this still a good idea when homocysteine level is already low? Probably not. If your homocysteine is already low, I wouldn't do that. No. So just take magnesium. So on the doctor's data stool test, butyrate came back low. I'm hesitant to try Jaimez because I've reacted to corn. I'm on lectin avoidance. I take the body bio sodium butyrate. I don't think I'm taking enough. How many caps would you recommend? Sometimes I go up to 8 capsules at a time, so you're probably not taking enough. You want to try to take more until it's very hard to get enough butyrate, because if you take it through oral, you could get a little nauseous after 8 pills. So you want to kind of I take both the Hymes and the butyrate. An organic acid test shows I'm low in serotonin and dopamine. So if I take a drug like tianeptine, which has some positive and other times a negative effect on me, where does it get the biochemical sources to produce these neurotransmitters? Should I fill the empty buckets first first of all with supplements like tyrosine, tryptophan, or 5-HTP before I do some further harm? I would try tyrosine and 5-HTP before you started tianeptine. That's number one. As far as tianeptine, let's see. It doesn't increase dopamine, just so you know. As far as dopamine. As far as serotonin, let's see. How does it increase serotonin? It enhances serotonin reuptake. So it increases serotonin inside the cells. Yeah, it probably would be a good idea to restock on serotonin once in a while. But tyrosine, it doesn't increase dopamine. It just makes it function more. The D2 receptor, it potentiates it. For my 70 of my 72 years, I was thin. I could eat whatever I wanted and never gained weight. I was fairly active, but not overly. I sustained an injury in my spine a few years ago. I still remain the same weight, actually lost a few pounds. Then 2 years ago, I was put on some low-dose hormones, including prednisone, 5 milligrams a day. Actually, I took all the hormones for only 2 months. Prednisone, HCG, progesterone. During this time, for the first time in my life, I gained weight. 20 pounds of weight. I do not like this. I thought I could easily lose it. I can't, no matter what I do. Can your metabolism just make a complete turnaround, or do you think this is something else? That's a good question. It seems like you did a couple things here. I wouldn't say you'll gain weight on pregnenolone. That's number one. Nor progesterone. Nor HCG. Prednisone, you can. But I would guess that it would be reversible. So I'm not sure why. Let's see. I mean, yeah, you could change your metabolism. I'm not sure why that was permanent. Might have to do with the inflammation, because inflammation can cause changes in the body. So you might want to try to attack the inflammation. We have a post on inflammation and weight. I would recommend that one. And it's quite complex. So 13 mechanisms by which inflammation can causes weight gain, right? And there's quite a few mechanisms that you want to read here, but the bottom line is that the bottom line is it might not be from the hormones you took, because I wouldn't say that most of those. Only prednisone might cause you to gain some weight, but I wouldn't say that's permanent. All right. Okay. Justin, Julie, Joy. I'm just looking if anyone's on here that gave in their case. Nope. So if nobody has questions, okay, Jenny is asking a question. Joe, I am pregnant. What should I test in my blood work? It's a good question. What are you trying to accomplish? Optimal. Okay. That's a good question. I think I'd have to think about that. Yeah, I'm not, I mean, there's a lot of hormones that change in pregnancy or a lot of things. I mean, I don't know if a lot of them are required for pregnancy though, like, prolactin changes, oxytocin, estrogen. There's a lot of things that change. Progesterone, I just don't know. Like, I don't know if you want to mess around with that. In terms of vitamins and minerals, oh, okay. So in terms of vitamins and minerals, I think you might be asking, I don't know what you want to check in your blood. What might you need more of when you're pregnant? I think that might be a better question, maybe. Because I don't, no matter what the level in your blood is, it might be better, to have. I mean, I could tell you what you require more of during pregnancy, and you could try to test them, but not always are the tests very good. So DHA is going to be the most important. Choline is going to be very important. Cholesterol is going to be very important, and fats. All kinds of fats, but mainly DHA is going to be the most important. And in terms of vitamins, getting enough vitamin D, vitamin K2, vitamin A. So fat-soluble vitamins are pretty important. Not in high doses, just in normal doses. And like, you don't really need to supplement with vitamin A though, so I wouldn't supplement with it. Just make sure you're having enough vitamin D. But let's see, DHA and choline. Uridine is probably, I might take some uridine as well, but I don't know about what the risk factor is for that during pregnancy. Probably not. Folate, of course, is very important, and the B vitamins are very important. But you don't want to get too much of any of them anyway. Let's see. I would honestly focus on DHA and choline. Those are things that, like, if you eat eggs and if you're not allergic to eggs, I think it's a good bet. And taking fish oil. The other thing, like zinc, is also good, but again, you don't want to take too much. Kind of just like a multivitamin, multi-mineral, with normal doses of everything, not like a mega dose vitamin. Of course, iodine is another one that's very important. You don't want to take too much, but I'd say iodine, choline, and DHA are things that women might not get enough of if they're pregnant. And I think, yeah, it's not a common blood test to check for iodine. And same for choline. DHA, you'd have to also get a specialized blood test if you want a good result. But in general, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the top three would be iodine, choline, and DHA. There's pretty much all the vitamins and minerals matter, but you just don't want to get too much. So you're just making sure you get enough zinc, but not too much. Making sure you get enough vitamin A, but not too much. And folate, and the B vitamins, same thing. Okay. Is there any other questions? All right. If there's no other questions, then we will end early. All right. Thank you very much, guys, and hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Let's see. All right.